This is Noriko Angelica in Auburn Sugar R. I have layered her and thinned her throughout, and now that I'm getting used to wearing some of my other girls without all this puffy permatease, I want to relax her down a little bit. You can just zoom in if you need to get closer. So I guess my intention is I want to try to calm down some of the permatease here, but I still want to leave some of this. I have her pinned on to the styrofoam head, one pin, T-pin, in each ear tab, and one in each side of the nape in the back. I am going to clip out this top part that I do not want to do. So basically, I'm just going to go under here where the permatease starts, which is about, okay, so there's the first weft. Are we seeing this? There's the first weft. And so the permatease is starting just above that first weft. I don't want to bring that hot comb. This is the one I'm using. It's called Red by Kiss. And it looks like the lowest it goes is 270 degrees. I did use this on a Jackson and it seemed to work just fine. But I don't want to get myself in a tangle and create crinkles down in here because I don't want to change this. I love her. So I'm going to pull up this. I don't want to change her front at all because I like that fullness in her bangs. Let's take out another one. I don't want to change that. And I want to get all the tangles out of here so that I don't get stuck. You could come in and just heat it up with the back side of that comb, because the back side of the comb does get hot. But when I was doing this on the other girl, here we go. I just get right in there close. I am not touching the styrofoam. And see how if you stop kind of right there, I'm getting some kinks. I just want to warm up some of that permatease right there. All right, put that down. Then I'm going to bring down another section. I'm actually going to clip that flat so we don't catch it. It's cooled. Make sure you're not clipping something that's hot. When you clip something that's hot, you can leave a clip mark. You can see the permatease. Come back in. I am in front of a north window with reflection from snow and ice outside. Can't tell whether we're doing anything or not. I first got this idea from Sherry Schaefer. She likes to do it with a steamer. I'm not good with a steamer. My previous attempts with a steamer, I got everything too flat. And again, this part's not hot here. That's where I'm going to clip it. Anyways, Sherry would get down there close to the permatease with a steamer and then comb it out with a fine-tooth comb. My experience with a steamer in the past is I kind of got everything in the room steamed. We had everybody drooping. So if I steam somebody, I have to do her in her own room and get everybody else out. Evacuate. So I'll probably take that other video down. It was just a quickie. I was just trying to show somebody. I didn't realize that so many people would be that interested in it. Now again, I have to be really careful because see, this is shorter strands and this is the top area. I don't want to get a kink up there somewhere. I have tried other combs before and I thought they were all too hot. Maybe I was just scared. But if you think that yours is at all too hot, you could spray it with water first. Okay, looks like we can do that all in one section. One reason I'm sort of not afraid, because if I got her too flat, I did buy one of these Bloom. And it, I can go back in there to kind of make my own permatease if I have to. I tried that on a straight bell tress girl, and I could see a little bit of difference, but I wasn't too aggressive with it. Let's take her down. Well, what do you think? I think it made a difference. Okay. I mean, because I still like some fullness up there. And I might have to wear her before I can tell. I'm liking that. So we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to isolate out the part I do not want to do. I need to get some of these bangs out of the way because I don't want to do them. I love these big alligator clips. They hold really nice, but I also like these little tiny, I think they're called pin curl clips, when I just need to hold a tiny area. All right, let's go find where the permatease starts. I mean, yeah, you're gonna find a little bit of permatease down in there-ish, but not worried about that right now. Okay, so it looks like we can start about there. And I wanna pull out just, yeah, we'll do that. All right, we're gonna go there. Should have done that with the wide tooth comb, but hey, we're already here. All right, there we are. Still have it at 270. I am not going deep enough or long enough to melt the styrofoam head. I prefer styrofoam heads when I'm working because, well, because I'm not close enough to melt them. You can also do the back of the comb like this. It heats up. We've seen our other sisters on YouTube doing that. This is exactly what they're doing. And then you can go in and comb it with this while it's still warm. Okay. All right. Slit down another row. Don't remember what I was saying. Oops, looks like I got a piece of the bang in that one. So I'm going to pull more of that out. If y'all see me with floppy bangs, you'll know what happened. Because this is the area on the side of the head Well, I guess she was a little high on top too. Why does that look like it has looks like a piece of melted gold? Oh, there's a string, a regular string. See a string, just stop and figure out if you can see and cut it out. Do I have my glasses on? Yes, I do. In a circular motion works out better than going straight up. And again, I don't want to pull that too far up. I don't want to change her curl that I absolutely love. I have just a table here, just a plastic table that I have these heat pads. I actually have a row of 4 of them. I got those at Walmart. I haven't seen them for a while, but they are nice. Again, I'm clipping down here where it's not hot. If you clamp on warm hair, you could leave a clamp mark. What else? Make sure your hands are clean. Make sure the wig is clean. You don't want to put heat onto a wig with product on it, because then you're just baking that product into it. Never touch your wigs. If your hands are dirty, if you've got lotion on your hands, or you're out in public running errands, don't touch your wigs. Keep them clean. Keep them clean. Not to say I haven't done it. Just do as I say, not as I do. Like sometimes, for instance, I might have some product on a wig, which is rare. I don't usually do that. But if I had product, like say I'm trying to get the bangs to do what I want, and they don't want to do what I want, and I want to get out the door, I'll go and put heat on them. It's not going to kill her. And then I just know that I have to stop before I use my irons again. Let them cool, and you can clean them with a cotton ball with alcohol. We're still on camera. Let's see if we can see. I like her. I think she looks a little bit more, narrow here, which is what I wanted. I still wanted some height, and I still like my bump back here. Noriko always kind of has, you know, they have their little permatease bump there, and then that way I don't have to wear my little Amazon bump it. So I think we're going to stop there. Love you. Wore her right after I did that last procedure, and it wasn't enough. After I calmed down her permatease, anyway, I wore her and she was still too fluffy, so I'm going to section this one out because I don't want to do the front bangs. That's where she gets a nice little lift. But we're going to tip this down. I'm still using the, what's that? Hot Comb by, it's called Red by Kiss. the minimum heat it goes is 270. So now I'm going back, you know, and Noriko has their little bump there. I'm going to keep that little bump from here back. And that way I don't have to wear my bump it. And I'm going to take just a little section at a time. And I think it's on. Let's see. Yep, it's on. I just go all the way down there close just to heat up that permatease and then comb it out. And where I'm clipping it, that part of the hair is not hot. You don't want to clip onto hot hair because you could make a clip mark. I'm kind of getting this backwards because I'm on the, trying to keep it on the camera, but I can even feel that heat rising up to my fingers. And I'm kind of clipping it back crisscross because even though I don't want her puffy, I still like lift. I don't want my girls to fall into a part. It's too windy here and the part doesn't usually stay anyway. I can actually see that smoothing out. I accidentally picked up my Angelica Raspberry Ice this morning when I was grabbing her to do this, and I picked up the wrong girl. So I had to, I'm glad that Noriko has a label in it. But the only reason I thought to check the label is because when I was putting her on here, I think they've maybe calmed down their permatease because she did not seem to have as much permatease as this girl. And I'm really only concentrating on this top part because remember, well, yeah, you remember, it's on the video here. I already did the sides, but I'm still going just a little bit over the side here because she still seemed to be a little puffy. And yes, I'm still wearing my long, warm fleece. Don't get your sections too thick. Keep them thin. You can see how that's see-through. Keep your sections thin. That way you're not missing a piece. I hope you can see that. You can zoom in. When this is on YouTube, you can zoom in and look at that. I'm kind of going in a circular motion like this. You don't want to come up straight and stop and come up straight and stop because that kind of gives it a little kinky. So kind of go in, circular out, a little circular motion there. Anyway, yeah, sometimes it's hard to get this on camera and not block the camera and not block the light. I noticed in some of my first videos, my arm was constantly in your way. That doesn't help.
Unless you want to just listen to me chatter.
We still have a long ways to go. Oh, but she will look good when we're done. I hope. So see, I'm kind of doing a large top section is what I'm doing here. And it might be going over some of the parts I did last time at the beginning of this video, but that's okay. She's good. She has good, strong fibers. Can you see how nice and smooth that's looking right there? And yes, I'm doing this on a styrofoam head because I'm not going all the way down to the styrofoam head. Plus, this is a closed top, so the comb wouldn't necessarily hit the styrofoam unless you were just sitting right there on it. Because you've got fabric and fibers and permatease. I can see myself grabbing that one. I got a little tangle there. Where did I get that? And I must have combed it out. If you get you a little crinkled piece, you can either go back in and smooth it, or if your piece has enough hair, you could cut it out. I've already thinned her, so I wouldn't want to cut too much, but I could. I'm kind of keeping my foot on the edge of, on the leg of this tripod just to hold her where I want her. And I always put a piece of t-shirt cloth on the thingy. I can't remember what the thingy's called. The thingy that she sits on. Okay, this is the piece we had in our hands. And see, I'm not worried if I get just a little bit of texture in there because I like my texture. And you could, as I said before, you can always go in there and just heat it up with the back of the comb like this, because that gets plenty hot too. Trust me, if you burn yourself, you'll tell. And then you're not, you don't have to worry about it tangling in the back, tangling up at the ends. We'll try a couple that way just to see. I'll remind you too, always do this with your hands clean. Best to do it with your wig clean, no product. If you have product, it bakes the product onto the piece. It bakes the product onto your tools. Just not a good idea. This would also be something you could do if you had face floppers. I'm just not good with steam. There are people who are good with steam. I am not in that club.
Robert, Sherry.
When I steam things, I seem to get everything droopy messy. All right, let's just try the back of the comb here because we're at these front bangs and I don't want to cause a kink somewhere mid-strand that's going to show. So I am pushing that right to the top of the cap. And because I'm not holding it straight in place, we're not going to heat up that styrofoam. I like that. I like to do thin, small sections, so the heat is getting all the way through. Let's give her a little turn here. So I'm heating right there at the base, right there where the permatease is fuzzy. Put that down, comb through it. Looks good. Let's go one more piece. And I could do both sides if I wanted to, but I didn't. I don't think I did. Anyway. And I've got one in here somewhere that's going from somewhere, but hey. I think she's going to be fabulous. And that might still be more fullness than some people like, but I like my fullness. So we will take more pictures next time I have some makeup on and see how she looks. I may have mentioned this before. When you're getting a tape there instead of a t-shirt. When you're getting a tripod, I like one where this is the thing I'm calling thingy, where it goes. I would like it better if it went at a 90-degree angle, but this was good enough. A friend suggested I use this tape, and it's fine, but it seems to be chewing up the inside of my styrofoam heads. So I will probably go in there and take that off, because if it keeps chewing up the inside of my heads, what I mean is this, keeps chewing up that, and then I get little styrofoams everywhere, eventually the head will be too big. So I will probably go in there and cut that off. Is she cute? Let's see, if I part right, that's that way. And I don't have her so flat that her permatease shows, but I think she's cute. Love you. We are back with Noriko Angelica in Auburn Sugar R. She's still feeling a little fluffy to me. I'm going to come in and do this hot comb red by Kiss. The minimum temperature is 270 degrees, and that seems to be working just fine on my Noriko girls. I haven't used it on anybody else except the heat friendly. Anyway, I thought this would be a good time to show you how I actually put a wig on a styrofoam head. If it has a lace front or a mono top, I always put my hand inside the wig like this, so that I can put my hand over the head and pull down the back. And then I take my fingers around the sides to get the ear tabs where I want them.
Do not pull on any lace features while you're doing this if you have monotop or lace front.
And then I pin one in each ear. I don't usually keep my pins there because, believe it or not, I can never find them if I keep them there. We're going to do this. Let me see if I can tilt her a little bit so you can see where I'm going. So I thought I would come back again, and this time I actually want to add water when I'm doing this. I have my water bottle. I've got her pulled up. This is the front. I've got her pulled up on the sides exactly where the permatease starts. See, right there is where her wefting starts. So there's not so much permatease down there. And this is kind of the same way I did it before. I'm still not ready to do the bangs yet, but I'm going to do everything else. I can go in there with the back of the comb because it gets hot.
And when I'm doing this, when I'm using the comb, I'm kind of going in a circular like this motion so that I don't want to go up here and make a kink. I don't know if I can do that without getting it in your way. And if I do happen to catch a strand, I will pull it through. But I like her. Why is she slipping? You watched me pin that on. Well, I missed the cap. Try it again. So this is backwards to me because I'm trying to stay out of your way. And that seems to be doing a lot more than it did. Make sure that's not melting a hole in my water bottle. And last time I did this, I did not do both sides of the strands. And unless I went in and watched the video, I don't remember which side I did. I probably did the underneath side and not the top. But now I'm going to go in and do the top side also. And even though that sounds loud, it's the teeth just kind of hitting. I can also hear the steam. It is making a few little kinkies. But I like my girls wild. I was just getting kind of tired of wearing them puffy. I steamed this morning, and I don't steam with the other girls in the room because I don't want them to get steamy. Can you see that steam rising off of there? I think this is going to be the trick. And maybe, now I could go a lot flatter, but I don't like to wear them as flat. So I'm just trying to get a little relaxed, not a lot. But if you wanted it flatter than what I'm doing, just get in there nice and close. Friends of mine who are good with steamers do this with steam. But I'm not good with steam yet. I'm working on it. That video will be coming soon. But what? Right now this is working for me because I don't want to steam all the rest of this, and that's usually been my issue in the past, is I get the whole thing too droopy. Okay, watch this. See, that looks like a gray hair. Pull it out. It wasn't, it was blonde. This is Noriko Angelica in the color Auburn Sugar R. That's my foot on the pedal there. I have cut about 4 inches off the bottom of her and about 4 inches off the layers. And I have completely thinned her throughout the entire cap. I see she's got the Noriko bump back there. I don't want to get her too flat there because I like a little bump. But if I did get her too flat, I've got my bumpets that I wear. So let's just go ahead and flatten her bump, as long as we're here. Hope you can still see what I'm doing. I was going to turn her. Let me turn her. Now what I'm seeing here is if I get her too flat, I got pieces poking up there, her little permatease permatease pieces that are straightening out are wanting to stand straight up. But I'm okay with that. I've never worried about a wild hair before. Whoa, hey, what? Why is she falling off here? Let me check that. Because I didn't tighten something up. All right, let me tighten her up. Back to where we were, but I can see that that's making a nice difference. Gosh. She's still, why is she still wiggling? I keep a t-shirt here and it was only double. Maybe it needs to be four times wide. Try that. She's still on camera? Yes. Okay, let's try that. Got to remember to turn the camera on. Extra t-shirts. Okay, so now we're back where her Noriko bump is. I gotta be careful there because now I'm making some kinks and I don't want those kinks right there where those bangs are. But I'm not too scared because I know that I can come in with my curling iron. Let's stop there. Pull this over, comb it down. All right, I'm gonna clip this part down because this is not hot down here, so I can clip it where it's not hot. And let's just turn her head around. That feels funny. Okay, so now we are on her right side. Here's her nose. All right, that's about where we want to start. Yeah, right there. That's the first row above the weft. So that's the first row where the permatease comes in. All right. Leaving out the bangs. Still using the Red by Kiss hot comb. Check your tools. Not all tools are created equal. I had a couple of these before that I thought were way too hot. Maybe I was just a scaredy cat. Could be. But check your tools underneath or on an old wig. Don't just be going in there on your brand new girls. And I'm trying to just take a thin section at a time so that that heat is going through both sides. And if I put up the beginning of this video, remember I didn't do both sides. I think I just did the underside. I don't want to hit that bangs. Let me move those out of the way. Okay, I thought I checked the camera after it fell over, but evidently something didn't work right and I had a call come in. Anyway, she appears to be done. I don't know if you can see her. You might just have to wait for pictures. Let's see. See, she's looking flatter. Okay, now I'm going to go in and show you how I would put a chalk part line if I wanted one. If I part on the right side. I don't even know if that's where I'd part. You could use chalkboard chalk. Remember that hair's still a little wet. Anyway, it gives you a little something something. Or they sell these for more expensive. And of course, I tried it like everybody else. Gives you a thinner line. But I remember I did this one day on a girl and came back and I couldn't see it. So, and if you got marker where you didn't want it or you didn't like it or you got too much, you get one of those makeup brushes that you don't know what they're for. And it just, see, it just wipes right out. All right, so now we're going to try it with, this is a liquid chalk marker that I just got on Amazon. I think it came in a 4 or 5 pack. Anyway, I'm liking them better. Let me see if I need to tap it on something. Tap, tap. What? She looks like gray hair. Okay, so spread the hair apart. Okay, and I'm really making a mess there. Maybe hair works better when it's dry. Okay, let's use the, let's get the makeup brush wet with water. Let's see what we do here. Kind of diffuse that line. Now she just looks like gray hair. Poor girl. Let me go get a wet washcloth. I kid you not, sometimes I cannot do things twice. Okay, so I got a washcloth, sprayed it wet with the water bottle. So she doesn't look so gray. Maybe that worked better on dry hair. I bet I did it before on dry hair. Anyway, so if it were to sort of part in the wind, maybe there's a part there. All right, I still want a little fullness in her, so I'm gonna go hang her upside down. Talk to you later, love you.
Okay, this is Noriko Angelica in the color Auburn Sugar R. I have calmed down that permatease 3 different times. I don't want it too flat, but let's see what we have. Oh, okay, let's see. She was looking pretty good in the other room. I will tell you, be careful with the chalk. I got overkill on the chalk, and I don't know if we can find it here. I had a gray streak going on, so we're just gonna move it. I tried to wipe it off. So let's see, where do we want her? Last couple times I've worn her, I thought she needed more bangs, but today she's looking fine. Goodness. Okay. Did you see all that? I think you could see what I'm doing. I am in front of a north window, same north that I was just a minute ago in the other room. Calm down her permatease. I think I'm gonna like her.